Hey, welcome to the ClueKeeper plus Zappar Quickstart Guide. So the goal of this video is we're going to show you an example of an augmented reality experience. We call these Zaps, and then we're going to show you how to build it. So the idea is that you can get these like bite-sized pieces of entertainment, these Zaps, into your hunt using the Zappar platform, and we're going to show you how you get it into your ClueKeeper hunt. So we'll show you how to do this, but we'll show you the demo first. When you add a Zap into your hunt, what you're going to get is you're going to get a beautiful button that looks like this. It says scan on it. It's got the Zappar logo to show that it's powered by Zappar. And when you click on the scan button, what happens is it's going to open up a camera view. This is not a normal camera view. This camera view is actually looking for something special. If you read the text, it says to look for a $1 bill. So I've kind of got a $1 bill here. And if I point the camera at the $1 bill, you can see that there's actually text added. Where George Washington is talking, and he's saying Zappar rocks, right? So that's the experience that we're looking to build, and we're going to show you the steps to do that and to actually integrate it into your hunt. So in order to get started, we're going to send you over to Zappar.com. The reason we're working with Zappar is because they are doing all sorts of fun things with augmented reality, and we're able to let you use their tools to create your Zap experience, which is really, really well made and really polished. Once you set it up there, you're going to be able to link it in from the ClueKeeper website to actually put it into your hunt. I do want to tell you a couple things about Zappar because there's kind of the way their company normally works. And if you go to their website, you're going to see kind of all this information. And then there's the way it works with ClueKeeper. So they've got this mantra, ready, aim, zap, or ready, add, zap, depending on who you talk to. And the idea is that you create your Zappar, so you create your Zap content, and then you actually print out your Zap code. A Zap code, it's kind of similar to a QR code, and then you use the Zappar app to scan that QR code, that Zap code, and then once you scan that Zap code, it downloads the content, which maybe it's a video, maybe it's an image, maybe it's a game, who knows what it is, right? And then you play it. One thing that's different when you're using ClueKeeper, though, is we'll actually preload the Zap code for you. And once you see how that works, you'll understand it. So when you're on the Zappar site, it talks about like downloading and printing out your Zap code. We're not going to do any of that, right? We're just going to integrate it straight in with ClueKeeper, super smooth. And then the other difference, of course, is that instead of using the Zappar app, you're going to just be using the ClueKeeper app. You won't leave our interface. And what we encourage you to do is to use a trigger image. So you've already kind of like downloaded the Zap content, and then you hit that trigger image. And the demo, you remember, I hit scan, showed the $1 bill. That $1 bill was my trigger image, and then it showed my Zap content. So that's kind of the idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Zappar.com and register an account. So once you go visit Zappar.com, pretty easy to find, you can go look around on their website. There's a lot of great information just right on their front page. Some videos you can watch, you can learn a lot more about the company. The only link that we need, though, is the Zappar Creator interface. When you click on this button, you can see that it takes you over to a new portal. It takes you over to the Zappar Creator portal. Once you're over here, the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to register, right? So you're going to have to click register, assuming you haven't done it before. You have a choice when you register. You can register for a business plan, which is kind of like a subscription model. You pay so much per month to keep your business active. Or you're going to register for a non-commercial personal account. So it depends on what you're doing with your hunt. So click on personal if you're doing non-commercial things, or click on a business plan if you're doing something that's more for a commercial nature. Almost everybody picks the free one first. I'm going to do that right now, so I'm going to click on the free version. Then you need to sign in whatever method you prefer. I'm a Google fanboy, so I'm going to register with Google, of course. If you clicked on the business link, you will have to give a business name. I'll say Mobac Design. That was a company I once owned. And of course, I'm in the entertainment section. And then put in your phone number and off you go. Once you sign in, the first thing you'll be presented with is a video. I strongly recommend you watch this video. It's about getting started with Zappar. I've seen it many times, so I'm going to skip over it here. After you finish watching the video, you'll be presented with this interface, which admittedly has kind of quite a bit going on here. There's some videos for learning again. I've already seen these videos as well, so I don't really need those anymore. Oh, what the heck, I'll delete them all. I've seen all this stuff before. You probably shouldn't do that. But you can see it kind of cleans up the interface to just what we need. So go ahead and click on Make New Zap Code, because that's what we're here to do. And so what you need to do is you need to give your Zap a name. So I'll call mine Talking George. And then it really doesn't matter at all what style you pick for your Zap code, because like I say, we're skipping that whole step, right? The next thing you're presented with is which editor are you going to use to create your Zap experience. I kind of divvy them up like this. They kind of go from simple to complex, and then the reverse is a lot of capabilities versus pretty basic. So widgets is the simplest. It has no trigger image capability though, so it's probably not that useful for you. Zappar Studio is on the other extreme. It's very complex. It can do all kinds of crazy things, but it's not really for beginners. I think you can probably look at this screenshot and see it's not really for people that are brand new. And then there's the Pro Editor, which is kind of perfect. So this board is too cold, this board is too hot, and this one is just perfect. So I'm going to just say Pro Editor here, and I'm going to say Create Zap Code. So you can see what that does is that uses one of my allotted Zap codes. So I started with 10, now I'm down to 9. And it makes it over here, and I need to click to edit the Zap code so that I can put content in there. The first page shows you analytics, like how many people have hit your Zap and what your Zap code looks like. We want to actually dive right into the content. Once I start into the content, I can watch more videos on getting started. They try to make it easy for you. I recommend you watch these, right? I've seen them. And it gives you two options. Start without a tracking image. We definitely don't want that. Or download your Zap code. Turns out you should click on download your Zap code, but then just immediately click on continue, because you don't actually need to download a Zap code. From there, you're going to upload your tracking image. Mine was of a dollar bill. So I find that on my computer. Sorry, it's kind of bigger than the screen there. It's going to upload that to the Zappar creator area. It's going to analyze it. And mine is all green, right? So really good contrast. It's going to pick up on this thing really well. It warns me that no Zap code was found. You know, duh, there's no Zap code on here. That's fine. And I'm going to say use this tracking image. Now what I'm going to add to this to make the Zap content is I'm going to add an image. So I'm going to click on image here and some text. And I'm also going to uncheck this box that's called enable grab and go. That means when the trigger image goes away, do you leave the overlay up? So grab and go would leave it up, or you can uncheck it. I'll do that at the end. I'm sure I'll remember. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put a speech bubble on here. I don't have any images yet, so I'm going to upload a speech bubble. Again, sorry, it's bigger than the screen. Once my speech bubble is in, I can do kind of things you would expect. So I mean, I can drag it around. I can grab a corner and make it a little bit bigger. It's a really easy interface to use. If I want to add text, I just click on the text button. And I'm going to make George say Zappar rocks. And then I'm going to position it into my text bubble. And you can play around with sizing and positioning to your heart's content, right? Until you're happy with it, just kind of keep jiggling things. And then I'm going to do that uncheck of the grab and go. So if I stop looking at a dollar bill, I want to make the text box go away. So I only want it present when I'm looking at a dollar bill. What I recommend you do first is you do a preview. In order to do a preview, the best thing you can do is actually get out the Zappar app. So the Zappar app is free. You can download it. And it is an easy way to do previews. So I just point it at the Zap code. It downloads my Zappar, and the trigger image is right there. And it looks perfect. You can take my word for it. Once I've previewed it, it's exactly the way I want. I click on Publish, and then it's available for me to integrate from ClueKeeper. So from here, what I've got to do is I've got to go into a ClueKeeper hunt. I've already set up this hunt. It's all ready to go. In fact, this was the solution I showed you before. So my solution actually already has this scan button up, but if I take off Zappar capabilities and hit save, what's going to happen is my scan button here is actually just going to disappear, right? So now I no longer have a scan button because I no longer have Zappers. But if I actually say enable Zappar content and hit save, what's going to happen is that Zappar button is going to come back. So now I've got the Zappar button again. You'll notice that I didn't add a Zap code yet. So if I scan it, what's going to happen is it's actually looking around for a Zap code. So it's looking for some Zap code. And that is a feature you could use if you wanted, but it's not what I'm trying to show you here because I don't want to print the Zap code, right? So I'm going to say add Zap code. It's going to require you to log in. So I'm just going to log in with the same credentials I did before. So I'm going to log in with Google. And it'll present you with a list of your zappers. I'm just going to click on Talking George here. And now I've got Talking George integrated into my experience again. So now whenever I hit, I need to hit save. So once I've saved it and I click on the scan button, you'll notice that it'll jump straight into looking for George. So you can see there's no scanning icon. It's just actually looking for George again. And once I get him on there, it says Zappar Rocks. If I take it off, Zappar Rocks goes away. And it's really neat how it kind of like stays on the bill too, right? So if I could do this, it like stays on here no matter where I take him, which is kind of cool. And that's kind of it. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty powerful. It is amazing what you can do with it though, right? So like talking things are fun. I really like talking dogs. Talking cats are also good. But you can do a lot more than that. And you can really integrate this in to your hunt and make something cool. I did kind of skim over the creation of the hunt and the creation of the test registration. If you need to know how to do that stuff, go visit the tutorials page. But you should now know everything you need to know to get the ClueKeeper integration in with Zappar, and you're just going to get better and better as you make these zaps. I can't wait to see what people make with these. There's so many things you can do. I'm really excited about it. All right, I will see you next time.